Listen up, guys, it's your boy AnimePlot. Today, we will cover one of the most epic fight between Saitama versus Goro. Fight starts with a bit of emotional damage on Saitama, as we can see Goro plunges into Geno's core and destroys him. As we know, our main protagonist, Saitama, due to his intense training, lost his emotional touch and also along with that his hair. I'm joking. Let's get back to the story. So Saitama was shocked. Goro then mocks Saitama, saying that aren't you a bit late? Blast then says to Saitama that you are that guy from before and warns him to not come close, as we get a scene of Goro sensei lying dead. Like a ball, Goro passes Geno's core to Saitama as he sees it along with Geno's body. Saitama then questions himself that do I really have a hero intuition, as we get a scene of all the heroes dying. He then answers himself saying that sure, doesn't seems like it, as we get a intense look of Saitama getting ready to fight. Saitama then pulls up a serious punch on Goro, to which Goro copies Saitama's attack. Goro and Saitama simultaneously launch Saitama's serious punch attack against one another, resulting in a collision of visually comprehensive force dubbed Serious Punch Square. Blast then immediately uses his dimensional manipulator to move them all into outer space as their battle rushes. Guys, it's so surprising how a hero association number 1 S-class hero wasn't able to contain the energy, as he mentally knows that his rap gate wouldn't possibly handle the fallout of this confrontation. But he was mentally determined, no matter what, he will divert the energy away from Earth. But just as he is in the midst of making this observation, a shadowy figure appears behind him, stating that we underestimated the Earth. But you shouldn't underestimate the amount of AnimePlot content you will have in your life by hitting the subscribe notification on to never missing an upload. And also don't forget to serious punch the like button. This man and the two other mysterious figure behind him look to be the members of Blast group. One of them was amused that a human beside Blast could hold his own against one, implied that so much divine power and wonders who Saitama is, and offered their help to Blast and extended their hand behind him. Together the four of them deflected the energy of Goro and Saitama away from the earth. Like a ray of path, they were shooted in the outer space, and even the stars were shifted because of the energy. Blast and his comrades wondered what happened to Goro and Saitama. One of them states that they could have thrown away by the recoil of their own attack, and indeed they were. Goro seemed to have been thrown into the surface of a planetoid, which we will soon be able to identify. As the dust settles, we get to see Goro. Just after that, Saitama makes a crash landing. His cape and costumes were torn, but he hasn't let go of Geno's core, which he clutches in his hand as Goro looks on him from below. And yet another absolutely epic shot that has been given in the manga, where we see Goro glowing purplish blue looking at Saitama, who is standing above him beneath the swirling visuals of the largest planet in our solar system, which is the Jupiter. And it was further shown that they were on one of the 79 moons of Jupiter. Saitama then says, "Where are we? What the hell happened?" It's so funny how Saitama, without holding his breath, could speak. Whereas if we see the fight between Saitama and Boruto, Saitama comically holds his breath when he was shooted in the moon. Goro, meanwhile, being the educated young man, speculates that the nearest planet could be Jupiter and wondered how they have come here. Saitama, with far less thought, states that he could go all out against a guy who can take his hits, and this fascinates me a lot. Goro is shocked seeing Saitama so calm that he questioned whether he is a human or not. Saitama realized that he finally found what he wanted to fight with a worthy opponent, but it doesn't feel nearly as good as he thought it would be. As we know, from the beginning of the series that Saitama was searching for his worthy opponent, but he wasn't able to find it, as he was able to one-shot every single monster. But now, as his worthy opponent in front of him, he was feeling empty because of the demise of his closest friend, Genos. Goro then says to Saitama that they have landed on one of the Jupiter moons and asks him to help him figure out a way to get back to Earth. But Saitama interrupted him, telling him to shut up, and said that he is not going to think about going home until he gives Goro the beating he deserves, still holding on to Genos' core. Saitama then tells Goro that he only needs one hand to beat him, and this right here is one of the badass Saitama moment of all time. Saitama then puts the core inside his cape to protect it. Goro then goes to battle mode as he creates a portal beneath Saitama, but Saitama simply kicks it like a football. Goro was visually and understandably shocked at that moment of surprise given by Saitama as he landed a viscous hit on Goro's face that launches the man out into the space. Goro then creates another portal to launch himself back to the surface of the moon. But when he tries to attack Saitama, Saitama grabs onto the gate and yanked it into the perfect spot for him to land a brutal hit to the underside of his chin. Saitama haunts Goro, asking if these attacks are all there is in his ultimate martial art, and deservingly called his moves tricks. Goro thought it's a lot more worried about the fact that Saitama can grab his portal than he is about defending himself. Goro says that it's a lot more than mere tricks and releases or launches a barrage of attacks on Saitama. Between portals after portals, winding up for an ultimate attack, Goro strikes with roaring aura sky, rippling, water stream, rock smash, exploding heart release, wire winding, iron curtain, and nuclear fission, gravity knuckle. And you know, it is really easy to forget that this is a manga until you go and read this and be annoyed about it. Oof, it's ridiculous. And these barrage of attack, also known as Goro's ultimate punch, manages to land few blows on Saitama, and it culminates in an explosive whose scale is difficult to comprehend the surface of the moon. Goro explained those attacks to be unavoidable because they come from all directions at the same time, to which Saitama replies that he can do it too. Saitama then kneels down to embed his available hand into the surface of the moon in preparation for his counter attack. The ground begins to collapse in Goro's direction. This is serious table flip coming, something webcomic fans have been waited for. Goro can't even properly orient himself, which is a bad news because Saitama has more coming, using the flying chunks of debris he launched himself in all directions so quickly that he creates after image in preparation of his next attack, which is the omnidirectional serious punch. Goro tries to use a portal to escape, but he was shocked seeing Saitama rising through the portal beside him, only to punch him straight through it. Saitama punches sends him flying into a field of airborne debris, off to focus by telling himself that Saitama attacks are insane and are still rather simple as far as Goro is concerned. Goro says to himself that Saitama is just showing off right now, and as long as he can get above the field of rock, Saitama will lose his only way of moving around and be unable to continue chasing him. But when he tries to ward to the surface, Goro loses all his senses of direction simply to a cage insect rattled by a child, and that vulnerability allows Saitama to sneak up and land another serious punch of One Punch Man. Guys, this is part 1. Thank you for watching and have a great day.